Todd Halleck here today, talking about football? No, talking about estate planning. But like a lot of people out there, I am super excited about college football bowl season. I'm a big fan of college football, and I'm grateful to see my Sun Devils playing in a bowl this year, going to the Las Vegas Bowl, playing University of Wisconsin down in Las Vegas later this month. Exciting stuff. But you know what? I was hoping for a Rose Bowl. I thought we had a great team, a great shot this year. I thought everything was kind of lining up so that we could make it to that Rose Bowl game. But you know, as good of a team as we have, as great of a coach as we have, we had a problem all year with a thing called execution. Execution comes when you have a great game plan, you have a great coach, you have great players, but you don't go out and execute that. And in the case of the Sun Devils this year, it was a lot about penalties. Penalties just killed us. Personal fouls, illegal procedure, just mental things that you just really shouldn't have happen if you're executing your game plan appropriately. Just mental mistakes. So how does that apply to estate planning? Well, in estate planning, poor execution can cause a lot of problems as well, right? If you have a trust, for example, that you've set up, and it's a great trust, and it says all the right things in it, and you've hired a great attorney to do that for you, and you've got, good assets, great assets that need to be distributed to great family members, but we don't execute things properly, that's going to be a problem. Well, one of the first things that can be a problem is actually execution itself. I have a lot of folks come in and they'll meet with me and they'll say, all right, is this good now if something happens to me? I say, no, it's not good until you execute the trust. You've got to sign it. You've got to finish the job. And then the next thing is, well, the trust only covers what it owns. And so if we don't get assets into the trust, that can be a problem as well. So we want to help you get assets into your trust. We call those lifetime transfers. Those are going to happen by way of a deed of real property. They're going to maybe be transferring a bank account ownership into the trust, transferring an investment account into the trust. Those are the type of things that we can transfer while you're alive, and they can be owned by the trust. We also have over here transfers that happen at death. Sometimes, for a variety of reasons, we either can't or don't want to have the asset in the trust while you're alive, but we list the trust as a death beneficiary so that upon your death, it automatically goes over into the trust. And that can be fine. We want to make sure that's coordinated with what the trust is doing. That could be life insurance, for example. That could be a retirement account. Any account that allows for a beneficiary designation. In some states, it could even be real estate with a beneficiary designation. It could be an LLC that allows for a beneficiary designation. It could be a variety of assets, but they're planned to move upon your death as opposed to moving them on during your lifetime. But then we've got this thing up here. This is called the pour-over will. And for every estate plan where a trust is involved, a revocable or a living trust, there should be a pour-over will. And if there's not, that's a big problem, because what the pour-over will says, if we make a mistake, if we didn't execute properly, we didn't get the assets transferring into our trust either while we were alive or on death like we should, well, at least we want to go through probate, which is what we were probably trying to avoid in the first place, and get those assets into the trust so that they'll pass according to our wishes. But, this is kind of like a personal foul or an illegal procedure, right? It sets us back a number of yards, slows us down, costs us more. So it was an execution issue. There wasn't anything wrong with the plan, it just wasn't executed like it needed to be executed. So anyways, having a trust is an important thing. Execution is super important. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I hope you enjoyed bowl season. I hope your favorite team wins, unless it's the University of Wisconsin, because I'm rooting for my Sun Devils. So fork 'em, Devils.